so here is the follow-up story on Stand Back and Prince. So probably in 1977, maybe, I first met Prince at Warner Brothers Records in Los Angeles, and he was not like Prince yet. He was very quiet, and I didn't quite get it, because I tried to talk to him, and somebody, one of the people that worked at Warner's had introduced me. Stevie, this is Prince. This is Stevie, and I'm like, okay. So what do you do? And which is probably what I actually said. And so I couldn't get much out of him. And I finally said, well, I'm gonna go mingle, because but you should talk more, because if you're in this business and you're an artist, you're gonna probably have to talk a little bit more. I had no idea who I was talking to, right? I did not know that I was talking to the guy who really didn't talk much, ever. And that was kind of his thing. So he said, he was very nice to meet you. He was very polite, very much a gentleman. And so I said, okay, bye, I'm gonna go mingle. And so off I went. So anyway, years later, in 1982, I decided to get married. And not the best idea, but I did it. And so I was on my honeymoon on my way to Santa Barbara with my new husband, Kim, who was the guy that worked at Warner Brothers who introduced me to Prince all those years before. So we're just driving along on the coast, and on comes this amazing song. And I'm just like, that's the greatest song I've ever heard. Who is that? And he said, that's Prince. And I'm like, you mean that's the Prince that we met all those years ago? And he's like, yeah, that's the same guy. And he goes, he's a big star now, Stevie. How did you miss that? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just so busy in my crazy world, Like I should have just said, and I don't have time to be married to anybody, so. But I didn't. Anyway, so I said, I got some paper and pencil out of my purse, and I'm writing away. And his name is Kim. And Kim said, so what are you doing? And I said, I'm writing a poem to this song. And he goes, well, you can't do that. And I go, well, yes, I can. I'm doing it. I'm doing it right now. I'm writing a poem. And he says, well, what are you doing? I said, I'm writing a song poem to his track. And he's like, well, you can't write a song poem to Prince's song. I'm like, yes, I can. I'm doing it. So anyway, I'm ignoring him completely. You should have told him where this marriage is going. I said, listen, we need to pull over to a drugstore or a pharmacy. No, not what you're thinking. And we need to get a cassette player, a recording cassette player boombox. And he's like, okay. We go over into a mall, and we get a cassette-to-cassette recorder. So off we go to Santa Barbara, and we get there, and I am so excited about this song that I'm not excited about my new marriage. And we go rushing into this room, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna do this now. And he goes, okay, because he's known me actually for a long time. So he says, okay. So we hook it all up, and we put the song in, and what I do is this is how we used to do this. And this is even when you're writing to your own song. You put the music in, and then you sing to it, and then you record it on the other side of the cassette, and then you switch them, and you keep switching and switching and switching until you can't even hear Prince anymore. It's just me by this time. And I'm like, this is good. I think this is really good. So I think that we should go back to LA and rent a studio and go in and record the song. So we did. I mean, when you're in the music business, that's how stuff happens. You're like, it's now. So we drive back to LA, we rent the song in Fleur, the studio, it's called Sunset Sound. So we rent Sunset Sound, we go in, and we're recording the song, and I always forget, Waddy, that you were there. I don't even think you're here now, you've left the stage, because oh my God, she's just gonna talk forever. I think that Waddy was there, I'm pretty sure he was there. He's never here on stage and I tell the story, so how am I supposed to remember? So anyway, I said, okay, so it's going really good. I have this friend of mine whose name is Sandy, and I've written a lot of songs with her, and she's an amazing keyboardist. She has this kind of the same timing that Prince does. So she writes the dun 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 dun, and I'm like, that's a hit thing, that's a hit riff thing, whatever. It's so great. So that becomes then the whole thing for Stand Back. So I go, okay, this is really, we're rolling around, this is great. And then I just said, stop, we have to stop. We have to call Prince. Does anybody know Prince? Nobody knows him. Does anybody have a number for Prince? No. Okay, so we have to put out some feelers. So I call everybody I know, management, agents, everybody. Do you know how to get in touch with Prince? And like people are like, yeah, we're gonna for sure give you Prince's number. And I'm going, but I'm Stevie Nicks, and I'm only gonna call him once. Swear to God, I'm gonna rip it up, and that's it. I just need to tell him what I'm doing, because I'm honest. I go, okay, so they get me the number. And I'm like, oh, I don't really want to make this call, but I'm gonna do it. So I call, and he answers. Hello? And I'm going, I can tell it's him because I did hear his voice many years before. So I go, hello, Prince, this is Stevie Nicks. And he goes, hello, Stevie Nicks, this is Prince. So I said, well, that part was good. That was kind of poetic and soulful. But the next part wasn't that good, because then I turned into my Valley Girl self. So, Prince, well, I was on my honeymoon. I was on my way to my honeymoon in Santa Barbara. And I heard the song come on the radio, and it was you, and it was so fantastic that, of course, I just had to write a poem to it. So I got paper and pencil, and I was writing this poem, and my new husband was like, what are you doing? And I was like, well, I'm writing a song to this song. And he's like, you can't do that because that's Prince's song. And I'm like, well, yes, I can. I'm doing it right now. And so then we went to the honeymoon place, and we actually didn't honeymoon. We just wrote the song, and then we came right back and we wrote it at the studio. And that's where we are right now at Sunset Sound in Los Angeles. And where are you right now? Are you in Minneapolis? He thinks, oh my God, this is a crazy woman. And he's like, no, I'm in LA. Very serious. No, I'm in LA. I'm like, well, do you think that you could come over to Sunset Sound for a minute? And he's like, yeah, I can. Okay. He doesn't say it like, he doesn't talk like that. He doesn't go, yeah. He goes, yes. I'll be there in 15 minutes. So I'm like, okay, thank you. We'll be waiting. So anyway, there was a long 15 minutes, but he was there in exactly 15 minutes. And so, oh, you're there now. You were there, right? You were there when we were recording that song, right? You were. How could I forget that? Things just go out of your head. So anyway, I'm like, so he comes in and he looks amazing. He is Prince in purple velvet, and he is like completely gorgeous. So all of us, and there's a lot of girls, because there was a lot of girls around when we were recording and stuff, because they sing, and we're like, so glad you could make it. And so he's very businesslike, and he goes like, hello, so, okay, play me your song. And I'm like, I'm terrified, but I go, okay, like, roll it. And at the same time, I'm like, I'm not going to look at him, because if he hates it, I know he's going to hate it. So if he hates it, I don't want to see it, because body language gives you away. When somebody plays you a song and you hate it, you're like, I hate it. So I thought, I'll just look the other way. And when it was over, he said, I like it. I think it's great. I love the piano thing, and it's amazing. And I'm like, oh, thank you, God. And I said, would you like to play on it? He said, sure. So he goes out, they give him a guitar, plays the guitar, and then they give him some different keyboards, and he plays different keyboards, and it's fantastic. It's a total, like, happening. And we are all just watching in amazement at this amazing musician, because that's what he was. And so anyway, he comes out 45 minutes later, which is not a lot of time in the recording business. And he says, okay, that's it, I'm done. And I'm like, okay, thank you. That was just amazing, and I appreciate it so much. And it's okay with you that we're doing this, and 50% of it's yours, and you know that, of course. And he's like, yeah, I know that. And I'm like, okay. And he says, so I'm gonna go now, because he obviously had places to go, people to see. And so I walked him out to the car, and he got in his car, he gave me a hug, and he got in his car, and guess what his car was? A purple Camaro. It was great. And then off he went. vroom, into the night. And then I didn't see Prince again for a very long time. But Stand Back became a huge, humongous hit. And it was like, you know, it's like you have your first coming, your second coming, your third coming. It's like, and Stand Back was one of those times. And so anyway, now, when I do Stand Back, I feel very much, since he has passed away, that he is right here on my shoulder. Sometimes when I'm coming up on stage and I'm really nervous, I will just say, Prince, walk with me. And I swear, he does. I can just feel his presence. And so I have that with him. And that's the wonderful thing about not quite stealing somebody's song, but sort of. Anyway, the last part of the Prince story is, Chris, can you just put that picture up for a minute? So there was a point where Prince was like, I love this whole leg warmer thing. Because we were all wearing the leg warmers at that point. All of us. And you know, he definitely had his feminine side, even though he was actually very masculine. He had this definite feminine side. And he's like, I just love the leg warmers. And I'm like, you cannot wear leg warmers. You are not Flashdance. You are not Jane Fonda. But this is what you can do. I have a plan. You get your seamstress, who makes all your clothes, to take a pair of pants that you love, that's all fitted and just the way you like them, and make them really long, and then you have her gather them from the knee down and make them all ruchy. And then he's like, okay, that's a good idea. And I said, and then you will have your leg warmer thing without wearing a pair of ridiculous looking pink ballet leg warmers. He goes, okay, I'll do it. So anyway, they became really his signature pants for time immemorial, or memorial, or whatever. So anyway, I would like you to note that they're not leg warmers, they're a pair of pants that are gathered from the knee down, which is what I told him to do, because I'd actually kind of already done it. So, anyway, so who says that Stevie Nicks did not influence fashion? Okay, now what is the song? What do you think it is? Why you not? What?